The Charlotte Hornets have an incredibly easy decision. At least it should be. Take Scoot Henderson at number 2 in this year's NBA draft, and set yourself up with your backcourt of the future, with 2 potential All-NBA players with Scoot and LaMelo. However, according to ESPN's Jonathan Givony, the word at the Combine was that Charlotte was leaning towards taking Alabama forward Brandon Miller. The idea would be that you take a player that may be a better fit than adding another guard with LaMelo. First off, I don't think the Scoot-LaMelo pairing is a bad fit at all. But secondly, when you land in a scenario like the Hornets have picking 2nd overall, you take the best player available every single time. You don't draft for fit with a top 3 pick. It's not smart. It's the same reason that led the Suns and Kings passing up on Luka Doncic, because they already had Devin Booker or De'Aaron Fox. Don't pass on the best player because you're worried about fit. In the mid to late first round and second round, sure, draft for fit over best player available, but not this high. The Charlotte Hornets better not mess this up. Now let's take a deeper look at why the Hornets need to draft Scoot Henderson. Before we get into the Hornets' crucial decision, if you enjoy my content, watch a few videos of mine, think about subscribing. 96% of my viewers are actually not subscribed, so if you're watching before and enjoy the content, drop a sub and comment down below. It really helps the channel. After advancing to the play-in tournament in the past 2 seasons, the Charlotte Hornets had a horrific 2023 campaign, thus opening up a massive opportunity to select a top-tier pick in this year's NBA draft. Victor Wembanyama has been discussed as one of the best NBA prospects ever, so every organization has been vying for that spot. The Hornets missed it by 1 step, but the privilege of having the number 2 pick will be an immense boost to their roster. These results have raised new questions for Charlotte. Namely, will they select the best talent available in Scoot Henderson, or will they fill a position of need by drafting Brandon Miller? Here are 3 reasons why Henderson should be the choice. Reason 1. The Charlotte Hornets should draft Scoot Henderson for his on-court production. Scoot averaged 17.6 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 6.6 assists per game in 19 appearances with the NBA G League Ignite last season. Despite standing 6'2", Henderson has a 6'9" wingspan, which allows him to be an even more impactful defender than other guards his size. His athleticism allows him to playmake on the offensive end, whether it be getting to the basket for himself or setting up his teammates as scoring opportunities. The one clear weakness in Henderson's game is his shooting. He shot just 27.5% from 3-point range last season, while shooting 43% from the field and 76% from the foul line. In the modern NBA, where even big men can often stretch the floor and knock down threes, Scoot will need to at least become a passable shooter in order to keep defenders honest. Fortunately, Henderson is being mentored by the greatest shooter of all time in Steph Curry, who just so happens to be a Charlotte native. While the backcourt fit alongside LaMelo Ball might not be ideal, Henderson is not concerned about the potential pairing, going on record to say, "I think I'd fit in with Melo and the way they play over there. I think I can play off the ball and on the ball." The Hornets are at a stage where they should be drafting the best talent available rather than drafting to fill the biggest need, and Henderson will be the best talent on the board when the Hornets are selecting. Reason 2. The Charlotte Hornets should draft Scoot Henderson for his intangibles. A 6'2" guard from Marietta, Georgia, Henderson comes from a family of athletes. His father is a trainer and coach while his mother works in healthcare administration. Together, they own and operate the Next Play 360 training complex in Marietta. Amongst his 6 siblings, Henderson has 3 sisters who played college basketball at the D1 level. Scoot shared the floor with his older brother CJ during their time at Carlton J. Cal High School. Henderson's upbringing has helped shape his competitive mentality. As he says, "I just got that dog in me." Henderson's mentality would be a welcome addition to a Hornets roster that lacks veterans and vocal leaders. It is not often that a rookie can enter the NBA and not only be productive, but also become a leader and impact winning. However, Henderson has the tangibles and intangibles to do just that. Reason 3. The Charlotte Hornets should draft Scoot Henderson because they do not need more off-court issues. After spending the better part of a year dealing with the aftermath of Miles Bridges' arrest on domestic violence charges, the Hornets should not be in the business of adding any more off-court question marks. With Bridges appearing likely to suit up in a Charlotte jersey this season, adding the extra baggage that comes along with Brandon Miller would not be wise. According to authorities, Miller drove a vehicle that contained the gun used in the shooting death of 23-year-old Jamia Harris on January 15th in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Darius Miles, Miller's teammate with the Crimson Tide, faces capital murder charges as a result. It is important to note that Miller was never arrested and was not charged, and according to sources was cooperative with law enforcement. However, the situation still reflects poorly on Miller and could be a harbinger of future poor judgment on his part. It was clear that the aftermath of the shooting impacted Miller's play, as he would shoot just 19% in 3 NCAA tournament games before the number 1 overall seed Crimson Tide were defeated. In Alabama's final game, Miller scored just 9 points on 3 for 19 shooting. A player drafted 2nd overall is not only expected to be a contributor on the court, but is also expected to be a face of the franchise off the court. As a multi-billion-dollar industry, the NBA and the Hornets care about their off-court image. This is the same reason why Ja Morant, while not breaking any laws, is in hot water again after a recent video showed him waving a handgun around in a car. In drafting Scoot Henderson, the Hornets would not only add a talented player to their roster, but would also avoid adding another question mark. It should be a no-brainer decision. Scoot Henderson is the 2nd best player in this draft class. He comes with many pros and also does not come with the cons that other options do. The Scoot-LaMelo backcourt would be one of the league's most exciting backcourts for years to come, and would drive up both wins and ticket sales. With Miles Bridges rumored to be coming back next season, as well as the late-year emergence of PJ Washington, Charlotte has its forwards. What it needs is another guard to slide in next to LaMelo so they can offload Terry Rozier this summer. Then they would have a starting lineup foundation of Scoot Henderson, LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, and Mark Williams that would only grow together and get better. The Charlotte Hornets better not mess this up. Take Scoot. Thanks for watching. I'm Herm. Have a good one.